What's up, guys? It's Backchat TV, and I'm so happy to see you back again. Thanks for tuning in. Joshua Buatsi and Willie Hutchinson's rivalry boils over. Joshua Buatsi and Willie Hutchinson nearly came to blows during a press event on Thursday. The pair are set to square off on the Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois undercard at Wembley Stadium on September 21st. Joshua Buatsi grabbed Willie Hutchinson by the throat before security broke them both. Ahead of their light heavyweight clash, the pair sat down for a face-to-face interview to promote the fight. When the cameras shut off, tempers flared as Buatsi, a usually level-headed fighter, throttled Hutchinson before security stepped in to break them up. Moments after the clash, Buatsi revealed what led to the heated altercation. "Stuff was said in the gloves are off. He kept calling me a fool," said Buatsi, before security stepped in to break them up. It would be wrong to say that beating Craig Richards gave Willie Hutchinson a much-needed shot of confidence. Hutchinson, a 25-year-old light heavyweight, was the underdog ahead of his fight with Richards on the June 5 versus 5 card, but he thrived on the attention he received and bounced into the fight with a seemingly unshakable belief in his ability. Scotland's Hutchinson, 18-1-13 KOs, backed up his words and put in a superb display to outfight and outbox Richards, and his decision victory earned him an interim light heavyweight title fight with Olympic bronze medalist and British and Commonwealth champion Joshua Buatsi, 18-0-13 KOs. The two will fight on Riyadh season's latest offering at London's Wembley Stadium on September 21st. If Wednesday's opening press conference is anything to go by, Hutchinson is carrying the same level of self-belief into his fight with Buatsi, and this time the Scot may just be able to bolster his claims with hard evidence. Hutchinson, who won the 2016 Youth World Championships as an amateur, knows he will handle the big occasion and perform when it matters the most, and he could certainly argue that he beat Richards in clearer fashion than Buatsi managed when he outpointed his fellow Londoner back in 2022. "I'm always bundling with confidence," Hutchinson said. "I'm the wrong person not to have confidence. I'm grateful for everything. It's a massive card, and like I said for the last one, I'm ready to get the job done with him and move on to the next one. I'm soaking it all up and enjoying myself." I think he's very similar to Craig Richards, if you want to know the truth. That's the God's honest truth. I think he's very similar, if not the same level, as the man I just beat. So I'm very, very confident of getting the job done against him and moving on. Hutchinson was moved smartly into position to contest for the interim belt. On May 29th, the WBO issued a purse bid order for a long-awaited fight between Buatsi and Anthony Yarde. The order was dependent on Yarde personally notifying the governing body of his intention to move ahead with the fight. Yarde, currently embroiled in a contractual dispute with Queensberry, failed to meet the WBO's deadline, so the promoter moved quickly to put Hutchinson in the picture. On June 2nd, within 24 hours of Hutchinson's win over Richards, Andy Ayling emailed the WBO on Queensberry's behalf to request that he be considered for the opportunity to fight Buatsi for the interim belt, stating that he was ready, willing, and able to move ahead with the fight. The governing body accepted the request. Buatsi has been plagued by inactivity throughout his career, and rather than spending any more time waiting for Yarde, he and his team elected to keep moving forward and fight Hutchinson on the biggest show Britain will host this year. The winner will be next in line for a fight with the victor of the upcoming undisputed light heavyweight title fight between WBC, WBO, and IBF champion Artur Beterbiev and WBA title holder Dmitry Bivol. They've both got impeccable amateur backgrounds. They've both boxed since a very young age and done it at the highest level. "I think it's Willie's time now," said Hutchinson promoter Frank Warren, who shares his fighter's confidence. He showed in his last fight that he can beat a world-class operator, and I thought he boxed extremely well on the night. Joshua is a world-class fighter, there's no doubt about it. But I genuinely feel, and it's the reason we were really pushing for this fight, that Willie can beat him. That's why he's here, to go and win. But it promises to be an extremely busy night, with all of boxing's leading promoters, including Matchroom Boxing and Queensberry Promotions, combining to make a megacard. Middleweight rising star Hamza Shiraz will return in a huge domestic dust-up with Tyler Denny for the European title. Shiraz dismantled undefeated Amo Williams in June, while it will be a quick turnaround for his rival, who stopped Felix Cash on June 22nd. Featherweight stars Anthony Kakaish and Josh Warrington will square off for the former's recently gained IBF Super Featherweight World title. Anthony Joshua threatened to throw a chair across the face of Daniel Dubois as the two heavyweights were restrained by security during a heated interview. Dubois, 26, will defend the IBF World title against his fellow Briton at Wembley Stadium on the 21st of September. Broadcaster DAZN released a short clip of the interview recorded before Thursday's news conference on social media. Two-time world champion Joshua, 34, said he was ready to fight, to which Dubois replied, "Let's go. If he wants to swing, let's go now." A visibly annoyed Joshua told Dubois not to disrespect him, adding, "I'll throw this expletive chair across your face. You don't intimidate me. Who do you think you are?" he asked Joshua. Both men stood up from their chairs. Security intervened as Joshua called Dubois a little boy, and promoters Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren attempted to defuse the situation. Queensberry's Warren then asked the production team to cut the interview short. Dubois has won his past two fights, stopping Jarrell Miller in December and Filip Hrgović this month. He was elevated to world champion status after undisputed champion Alexander Usyk, who is set to contest a rematch with Tyson Fury in December, vacated the belt on Tuesday. Joshua is on a four-fight winning streak and has 3 stoppages in his past 3 bouts. The winner will put themselves in prime position to fight the winner of Usyk Fury. The IBF heavyweight world title fight is set for September 21st at Wembley Stadium as part of the Riyadh season card being staged by Saudi boxing chiefs. Former WBC cruiserweight world champion Tony Bellew has already made a bold prediction. When initially asked if Dubois possesses any attributes that could trouble Joshua, Bellew said, "Of course he can punch, but AJ's technically better than him, more fluid than him, quicker than him, hits harder than him. Everything Dubois is good at, AJ is a bit better at, and he also has a good defense. Dubois is good at front foot pressure, powerful, with reasonable speed for someone his size. AJ's a freak. AJ's the best athlete the heavyweight division's probably ever had as an athletic specimen. If you put AJ in a 100m race against the other heavyweights, lifting weights, how far he can jump, how high he can jump, I promise you he'd win the lot. It's just getting all that package put into one. I think he won't miss him. As long as Joshua goes in with the same attitude that he went in with against Francis Ngannou, it's over in 2 rounds. I don't see any other outcome. Dubois will be entering the fight as champion. He won the IBF interim belt by stopping Filip Hrgović at the start of this month, and has now been upgraded after Alexander Usyk vacated. Therefore, Joshua will be challenging for the chance to become a 3-time heavyweight world champion. In regards to Daniel Dubois' chances of winning against Joshua, unfortunately, I would have to echo the sentiments of Tony Bellew, slim to none. Joshua is just too seasoned to be outgunned by someone with significantly less experience, punching power, defense, and overall skills. However, I think the fight goes 4 rounds instead of 2. Joshua Buatsi will probably get a decision win over the talented Willie Hutchinson in the co-main event. But this fight will be closer than the main event for sure. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video, because if you didn't, it might have got really ugly for you. But since you did, I really appreciate that. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Backchat TV Sports. Do it now. I ain't got all day. Not to have confidence.